people sound like in the Victorian era?
Oh, I can't wait to hear you guess.
Hello, all you elegant listeners, and welcome to Go, my favorite sports team.
That's definitely not it.
Where we're all primed and proper for the Victorian era.
This is just vague British. This is just extremely watered down British.
I'm more posh.
I don't think that's how Victorian sounded.
I have no idea what the Victorian era
Let's
sound
let
like.
the old YouTube help us out here. First one I got.
My lords and gentlemen, I confess to some embarrassment upon this occasion.
Okay, Tyler was a lot closer than I thought he was.
Speaking as I do for the first time in public.
Tyler, did you make this video and plant it here so that it sounds like you
I
doing
did not.
your Victorian
I did not
impression.
plan ahead whatsoever. What do you mean? What's the YouTube channel?
Presence of so distinguished a company.
This is you.
It's not me. I never did it.
They sound exactly how I expect them to sound. Wow.
So distinguished.
Damn.
Feel greatly honored.
Greatly. Oh, the rolled R's. I'm curious now what the percentage of people that can't roll their R's.
I mean, it's a skill. You just got to practice it. Most anyone who can form some words in their own language probably can. Presence here tonight.
I had to check. There are plenty of people that have claimed it's a genetic trait, but it is in fact a skill.
I don't think it's literally just if it's a physical thing that you're doing with your mouth and it's like air being pushed in a certain way with a certain tongue shape, I'm willing to bet most people could learn to do that, just like most people could learn to whistle.
Or sing.
That actually, I think, is a little different because there's a feedback loop that involves the ear, right? To be able to hit the notes properly. I believe that anyone can form the correct notes, but whether or not their feedback system, I think there is some evidence that because people are pitch perfect, people have perfect pitch. And
there's
perfect
also
ear.
people that are actually fully tone deaf.
Yeah, just like super opposite. Yeah, so it's not so much that it's similar to being colorblind in a way, only thematically, not literally similar. But I'm with you. I'm not 100% sure that that isn't genetic. There might be some genetics to that. But I believe all of us can go, at least to some degree. Yeah.
We can sing whether it hits the right notes. That's a different story.
If you're in a big enough crowd singing, you don't need to hit the right notes. It'll be close enough.
Just sing in the small tones.
Small tones?
Yeah, be real quiet with them.
Yeah, shut up and be in the corner when we're singing. That's what Tyler says.
You can blend in.
Yeah. Why don't you go hit the small balls? Why don't you go to the corner and hit the small soft balls over there?
It's like Lixian said, I never got to kick the ball because I wasn't good enough.
Well, you should have been better. That's a lesson for everybody out there.
Here's a fun thing, Mark.
Yes.
The Reds in the Red Sox opening weekend had the worst umpire in baseball who had the most overturned calls by ABS.
He's already known as the worst umpire in baseball?
Yeah, he was known even previously that a lot of people didn't like him. His name is CB Buckner. He missed a lot.
I think that it's a fascinating thing. For those who don't know, can you explain what we're talking about with this? Because I was surprised that this happened. I didn't hear any news about it coming up. Like next season, it's going to be this thing's happening. It's like this is this year. It's brand new, right? Ish.
Yes, which is really funny. It's this ABS system, which is an automated ball strike. That's what it is called. It's ABS. And what it does is it creates this square based on the person's profile. And the strike zone traditionally is the knees to the nips.
Knees to
generally
nips?
speaking. Knees to nips is the strike
So
zone.
the umpire has to know exactly where the nips are on the player.
So the strike zone changes based on the height and stance of the player relatively. So the funniest thing that happened with the ABS system already is the amount of players that got exposed for lying about their heights. Because for the ABS system, it had to have their exact height. So people who were saying they were 6'2" were actually 5'10".
That's funny.
So that was even before ABS came out. But what it does is it creates this strike zone square, an automated square. Now, this is a two-dimensional plane. This is very important for people to understand. As many people have watched TV and seen the ball, and they'd show the strikes, like what they automated as the strike square, and then where the ball passed through that. The issue is a lot of people got upset because the ball where they mark it as crossing the plate was where it hit the catcher's glove, which is usually a number of feet behind home plate. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people got upset, and that's why this was called for. Players obviously get upset because they're on top of it. But this creates a two-dimensional plane in a three-dimensional field that is home plate. And what it does is it does the middle of the plate, it creates this square, and it tracks where the ball is when it crosses that square. And if it touches any part of that square, even the outline by like the most like micromillimeter, it's a strike.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not the vast majority of the ball has to be near inside. It just has to touch that. And so if it's anywhere outside of that with a gap, it's a ball. And so the new system creates a thing where the batter can tap their head and challenge it, or the catcher can tap their helmet to challenge it the other way.
Can the pitcher?
The pitcher can as well.
Okay.
It's the same thing. I think they like tap their cap. There's a like window in which you can do so, and then the system gets checked, and then it overturns the call based on what's there, or it confirms the call, whether it was a ball or a strike. Now, CB Buckner, who was opening weekend umpire for Reds versus Red Sox, missed 20 calls in one game.
Damn. Like overturned?
Yes, 20 calls, 20 ball strike calls. And some of them were really bad. Now, this is also something for people to understand. Like, people get all up on umpires not being perfect. They change the plane in which you're looking at based on the catcher's position. 2, can you imagine trying to watch 100-something mile-an-hour fastball and see where it crosses the plate, having that distance and being like, yeah, that was a strike? You can't blink. You can't.
Yeah.
There's going to be error. So all these people being like, these umpires suck, all this stuff, you know how hard that fucking thing is?
What I've always wondered is, and I'm not sure if this would be better, but I think it would be, because the view that a lot of like TV is broadcast for the pitches from over the pitcher's shoulder, why is the umpire not behind the pitcher?
Because it's further from the plate.
But they have like the catcher kind of blocking them sometimes, especially on the lower side of things. And everyone is really looking at the same view from the front when they're watching on TV. And it's like, I feel like that would be, even give them like a monocle with like zoom in it. So they have a little zoom scope and they're like, you know, maybe give them a better chance of making the right calls.
I mean, it's hard no matter what, because, I mean, you're talking about, it's like you need to see a side view and a front view or back view, right? Because you need to see where in which it's actually crossing the plate and sync it with where it is on the plate, left, right, up, down. So that makes it incredibly difficult no matter what. And then not to mention the speed in which the ball is going there and the amount of like curve that these balls have, or drop, or various other things that they will do through the process of a pitch. Like, it's insane what umpires have to try and call. You're talking about a millisecond of a moment.
Do you think that this is going to lead to the removal of umpires calling these balls and strikes?
I hope not, but with the way people are like seeing stuff and the way ABS exists, like, maybe, but I don't think it's good for the game. Like, we talked about this, like being able to call whether somebody's safe or out at first. Like, the human call and instinct is an essential part of the game. It's what makes it sport-like. If you know the answer all the time and it's perfect, there's nothing for you to argue about or debate about or have qualms with. Like the holding call the Bengals had against the Rams and how many people yell about that and how it lost them the game. There were so many other calls, but it gives you something that makes sport talked about. If everything is perfect, nothing is interesting.
That's fair. That's fair. Because now it's interesting. People really seem to like when the call is challenged and they're like, it gets overturned. Because if it was no umpires there, they couldn't challenge the call.
I just worry about the mental health of the umpires right now because of how many times they're getting booed or cheered when they're wrong. Like, that's tough.
I think they were getting hate before anyway.
They were, true. True.
I don't think
At least this time it's like, proven, but that also makes people feel good about how much they hated on umpires, and that I don't like that.
Yeah, true. I don't think that people should hate too hard, but
one game CB Buckner missed 20 calls. And I mean, the other thing is umpires in this day and age, because of one, the difficulty and how a lot of parents treat umpires through the stages, we don't have enough of them. It's hard to replace them, period. So having other things that put stress on that is not overall going to be great for that position existing in the future. And that part of it is what scares me, because I think umpires are important. There's a lot of things that happen in games where people argue with the umpire. Those are some of the most like clipped and talked about moments. You can't really get rid of them, but it's unfortunate how much like people are in there probably longer than they should be because there's nobody to replace them. And I think that's kind of the case with CB Buckner. And do I think that he's made some really bad calls? Sure. But the dude's still showing up for work and putting in his best effort. I don't think he's trying to do anything on purpose. There are some people that claim that some of the umps are in betting rings, but I'm pretty sure baseball investigates that pretty strictly, more than most other leagues, especially with how many players have been banned from gambling.
Is that true? Like there's more players that get banned for gambling in baseball than others?
There's been a lot more. I mean, the lifetime ban from Pete Rose. I mean, gambling in the NFL, people get like minor suspensions. There were Bengals player that wasn't playing that was gambling, and I don't even know if he got suspended for it. But there's a long history of like the Chicago Black Sox and all of them getting banned from baseball because of rigging the games and stuff like that. There's just a long history of that relation to the sport of baseball. I think they're very much on top of it because of how much it has occurred and soured the game in the past. But the ABS system is definitely interesting. It's fascinating. We're in the early adoption and use of it, which, by the way, it was used in lower leagues before in college and stuff like that. But seeing it in professional baseball, it really showcases you how much the batters know, too. Like, if they're on top of it, then they challenge, like, they're right a good amount of the time.
Yeah, I would love to know what the percentages of successful challenges at the end of the season, just to know how well the players are able to call it for themselves.
Let me see what it says so far. 54% of the ABS challenges resulted in overturned calls.
Okay, so it's close to 50.
With 175 recorded. Catchers with the highest success rate, 64%. Batters, 42%.
Yeah, they would have an oblong angle of it, so they would not have as good a view. But the catcher, there's no better view than the catcher. In fact, what should happen is the catcher should have a GoPro on the front of their face, an iPad on the back of their head so that the umpire can see exactly where it's going from. You know what I mean?
That'd be really hard when they have to take their helmet off to get the loose ball.
Yeah. Nah.
You just have iPad kid umpires in the back. They're just sitting behind the fence. And they're like, ball. No, I have strike. No, I have ball. Give them the old VR headset where you just slid your phone in there.
Yeah, easy. If we're going to go in on the tech, we got to go all the way in.
I mean, if that's the case, they could give them the side view and back view, and the umpires could make the call in real time from cameras. Camera speed is actually there. That could be another way to keep the umps in the game and kind of had the human element. But
I mean, give them a little bit of an assist, you know?
I think that'd be pretty cool. Why didn't they think of that before the ABS system? That would actually create the 3D plane.
Yeah, what are they, stupid?
Jeez, we're just smarter than they are.
Just pump the ABS into their helmet, and then they decide whether they can get away with it or not.
Have the ABS tell them whether it's a ball or strike, and then they decide whether they choose to lie or not lie in that moment. That's a ball. It was really a strike. No, but it is really fascinating bringing that system up to the Major League Baseball and seeing the success of the catchers and batters. So there were only 78 attempts by batters, 92 attempts by catchers. So 42% out of 78 and 64% of 92. So catchers really are significantly more successful because they even have a larger sample size.
Yeah, like I said, they would see it.
Yeah, there was a time in the Sox versus Reds game where Suarez, one of the batters, challenged, I think, like 3 pitches in a row, and they were all balls when he called strikes. Like, it went from being a strikeout to a walk.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it is already having a significant impact on the result of games.
But so long as the enjoyment goes up, I guess it might be for the best. I know people have been pissed the past few years. Every year, it's like the vitriol gets worse.
My thing is, over the course of the number of games that exist in baseball, which is 162 in the regular season, how much is the ABS going to change the outcomes, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be fascinated about is when the real bigger, larger studies come out about the actual impact of ABS on game results. But that's been our breaking news. We're going to take you back now to enjoy Victorian sports.
Mm-hmm.
We are diving into the Victorian era. We've talked a lot about how many sports originated in ancient Rome and ancient Greece. But we even have an All Sports Lead to Rome t-shirt on the store.
Oh, it's got boobs on it.
It does.
You want to see boobs? Go to store.gmfst.com right now.
But another time period has played a massive part.
It's gone! No, it's still there.
Oh, I was about to be like, the boobs are gone. The world will never be the same. There are no boobs.
I can't believe it.
But another area has played a massive part in shaping modern sports, and that is the Victorian era. And a couple decades right after the Victorian era ended, we've all heard of sports like basketball, baseball, tennis, and soccer, which Victorians played a major role in inventing or popularizing. But Victorians also invented sports that unfortunately did not stand the test of time. Pedestrianism, for example. Balloon jumping.
Balloon jumping.
So, what do you think pedestrianism would be? What's your best guess?
What a wonderful day for a drive. Ooh, pedestrians. That's one for me.
That one was young. It's worth more points.
They're nimble and small and hard to hit, but I am skilled.
All right, that's your guess for pedestrianism.
Well, I don't know if I want to claim that as my guess.
Balloon jumping.
What a lovely day for a drive. Oh, balloon.
Now you have me looking up if the Victorian era had cars.
It's only driving over things. That's all the Victorians knew how to do. And no, they did not.
They existed in the late Victorian era, 1837 to 1901. So, to a degree, pedestrianism did not involve vehicular manslaughter.
No. Debatable.
It was an ultra-marathon walking sport, and it owes its creation to a 19-year-old gentleman named Edward Payson Weston, who worked for the New York Herald newspaper. In 1859, he was meant to collect a box of upmarket flowers from a delivery wagon and send it off as a gift on behalf of his boss. He forgot. So, the wagon had already left.
Okay.
So he walked clear across town to catch up, and luck was on his side as heavy traffic was slowing the wagon down, and delivered the flowers to be delivered by the wagon.
I'm going to do a live reenactment of what I think this looked like. What was he delivering? Flowers?
Flowers.
Okay. My flowers! Wait! Oh, drat! Wait! This is the most unhurried possible way to go chasing. Because you can run. I'm pretty sure even in that era, a person could sprint faster than a carriage. So I'm like, what were you doing, man? What were you doing?
Given the apparel that they wore, I imagine running would have torn his clothing.
I did. Well, I don't think so. Come on, man.
Well, his boss gave him double pay, which gave him the idea that he could make money by racing.
Racing, eh? His boss saw him walk out the store. I've never seen a man move that fast in my life.
Not at a walking speed.
Oh my goodness, he was a blur. I'll put all my money on him. His boss is like the most cross-eyed man in existence. Oh.
So the next year, he wagered with a friend on the outcome of the 1860 presidential election, with the loser agreeing to walk from Boston to Washington to see the inauguration.
Damn, how far is that?
It's a 10-day journey, apparently.
At the speeds he was walking, probably. 439 miles? Nope. Yeah, that is... Well, 10-day journey. You're doing 44 miles a day? Woo! That actually is... That's a pretty good clip. I've gone hiking much in my time. But
He probably hitched a ride with a wagon here and there.
That sounds pretty fast. I mean, if you're doing at a leisurely, you'd probably be doing about 18 a mile.
I average my walking pace when I'm kind of moving, like backpacking, is about 3 miles an hour.
3 miles an hour, which is 20 minutes a mile, right? So you can do, let's say you walk for like 12, maybe 14 hours a day. 12 probably.
12 probably.
12 probably. So you go, that's 36 miles. That's
day,
not
yeah.
44. How fast is this guy? Maybe this guy is good.
Yeah, he's
He's
zooming.
good. Okay, damn.
All right. So he lost. Edward Payson Weston lost. He bet against Abraham Lincoln. So he bet on the rival for Lincoln and lost.
Fool.
Made the 10-day journey, but he was 12 hours late and missed the inauguration. He was likely slowed down by all the fanfare and free food from the spectators. Despite failing his goal, the trip still wasn't worthless. President Lincoln was impressed and met with Weston, even offering to pay for his travels so he didn't have to walk all the way back to Boston.
Interesting.
Weston declined and did walk all the way back.
Man, it must have been a nice walk. I mean, if you're doing it in a hurry. Also, the excuse of like all the festivities is like, I doubt on the road there it was just nonstop. Oh, free food.
Oh, popcorn!
Oh, watch out for the fireworks.
You want a free theater ticket?
Oh, man, I got someplace to be. Oh, I'll stop in for a bit.
Honk for titties!
Wait, where the fuck did that come from? What?
Festivities, distractions.
I don't know what inauguration party you've been to. Well, let's be honest. Okay, maybe that is in politics. That probably is very prevalent. But I've never been to an event where honk for titties. Is it with someone with a sign? What is happening?
Yeah, they hold the sign here and then they lift it up when they honk.
They don't have horns back then, so you just kind of get your local goose and squeeze.
Maybe it'd be neigh for titties. You got to try and convince the horse to neigh.
Get a horse that really likes boobs, I guess.
The wagon guys, listen. You know how they trained horses to go at the start bell at racetracks?
Yeah.
Instead, he's training them for the boobs.
Just in case there's someone with a sign.
Just in case.
And there's so many back in that day.
You neigh when you see a sign.
Women were really, really promiscuous back in those times.
Definitely in the Victorian era.
Absolutely.
You know, where you weren't allowed to show your ankles.
Was that the Victorian era?
Maybe, yeah.
Wait, when was it? No.
Well, Lincoln, Civil War, 1800s into early 1900s.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't think of those times as the same time, but I guess that makes sense.
It's wild how far back that is and how not far back that is.
Yeah.
So he walked all the way back, and his journey was unsurprisingly stirred with a media frenzy because he met with Lincoln. He returned to working for the paper for a while, but eventually became a professional walker, pioneering distant walking competitions, which then over the next couple decades, other endurance walking races began to pop up, often with huge cash prizes.
Damn.
One such race was September 21st, 1879 at the original Madison Square Garden in New York. 10,000 spectators arrived to watch the 6-day 450-mile walking race. This must be the invention of race walking, and it's now named something else because at 450 miles in 6 days, you're race walking.
It's very fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, race walkers, they can walk at pretty much like a 7-minute mile pace or something like that. It's like as fast. The fastest I've ever ran a mile was like under 8 a little bit. And that was when I was in good shape. I wasn't trying for a mile pace there, but I was usually doing about like 5Ks and stuff like that. But I got pretty good at doing, not like race worthy.
I think during wrestling you ran faster than that.
Even then I was not a fast mile person. I did not like running back then, and I only recently got into running before I started filming this movie, and I am so out of shape. I just set up my treadmill to finally get up to incline walking, which is what I'm going to start with doing, because I'm just so unbelievably out of shape, but I'm getting back into it.
I am also trying to do that massively. Anyway, 10,000 spectators arrived to watch the 6-day event. 13 athletes who were considered international sports celebrities competed in an ultimate endurance walk. Race took place on an oval track with a sawdust walking surface. Okay. The contestants couldn't leave the track for the full 6 days, though there were tents along the track where they could briefly rest, eat, and go to the bathroom.
Could they sleep?
I imagine that falls into rest, yeah. So why would anyone subject themselves to such a grueling journey?
Money.
And bragging rights.
And bragging.
Whoever traveled the furthest in the 6 days would win $25,000, which is the equivalent of $680,000 today.
What?
Yeah.
That's so much money for walking.
Not to mention the cash, they also got a belt of solid silver also worth a lot of money in today's day and age, engraved with the words long distance champion of the world.
Of the world.
Of the world.
Damn. A lot of money for, that's the whole prize pool, or is that first prize?
That's first prize. I don't think you got anything for second place. It's win or go home.
Damn.
At least as far as the information I have goes. Now, the sport's popularity declined almost as quickly as it grew, and as by 1881, most of the celebrity athletes had retired, and the sport was plagued by cheating scandals and safety concerns. Even Edward Weston, the inventor of the sport, got into hot water for chewing cocoa leaves. If you guys don't know, that's a stimulant, also known as cocaine.
Yeah, it's the leaves they make cocaine from.
During an 1876 race. Obviously, cheating scandals, people are less interested. No longer drawing crowds, and athletes frequently getting injured because of the strain on their body they put themselves under over those day-long competitions.
Yeah.
It almost completely died out by the 1900s.
Well, nothing else to do. Unless
Another sport hit the scene.
Wow.
This one is called auto polo.
Is it? Is it? Yeah.
I think you got it.
It's cars killing people.
No. Polo.
Cars in the pool.
No.
Play.
No.
It's a rink of ice with everyone on blades, and they have a little circular disc thing in the middle. They drop in the middle, and you got to slap it into goals.
No.
I thought I invented something there.
No. That sport, horrible idea. Never gonna exist.
You're probably right about that.
Couldn't possibly ever exist. Will never be covered.
I have a wild imagination.
You do. You're really out there. But you're close. It is automobiles because it's in the early 1900s, and it's polo, like the sport where you're on a horse and you hit the ball, but in vehicles.
The picture of this on Wikipedia is hilarious. This is amazing. Everyone at home, if you're a listener, if you're a dirty, rotten listener, if you're a gross, disgusting listener, when you open your eyes for the first time in your day, whenever that may be, go to Wikipedia and look up auto polo because the picture is awesome. That might be the coolest picture of that year. How are both of them flying? That is nuts.
Yeah.
What did they hit?
Each other.
Well, then why are the other guy's not flying? It's so up in the air. That is great. They don't even have bumpers. How'd that happen? That guy's upside down. This picture, like, even if this was even in today, like as a picture for a sports photographer to capture.
Oh my God.
Like this is 1910s. So it's like, it's not easy to get a picture.
No, this is like you lift it and then you shut it.
I think maybe at this point they might have had like some kind of spring-loaded like mechanism. So I'm willing to bet that they could have gotten this.
Let me look up.
Yeah, what's 1910s camera tech?
Oh, it is the portable folding one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had some kind of kapoosh.
Yeah.
Poof. But still, not easy.
It's basically like this.
Yeah. Damn. It's pretty cool.
So that's the photo. I forgot to show you a photo of the drawn image of the race walk. He's cooling them off.
Yeah.
I think there's another one down here. Yeah.
Wow, look at him go.
Big crowds line up. Is this the starting line? I think it's the starting line.
See, what doesn't make sense to me is like humans, I know they didn't invent running until the 1950s, but I feel like if next door, because that's a huge crowd, there's like 3 layers and bleachers in the back, is like, if next door some guys were running a race, wouldn't that be more interesting to watch? But maybe not. Whatever.
It looks like people are putting hats out asking for money.
No, they're cheering them on.
You'd hold your hat out like this to cheer
No,
people?
they're waving. It's a drawing. They're not going to.
Oh, okay.
They're drawing. Look at all the people in the back. Like, whoa, with their hats. They're doing the same thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Most of them are like up in the air, I would think. The one
Every once in a while, they get caught mid-swing where they're down. Far be it from me. I was like, I was at an event and I was cheering on, but the damn artist caught me with his drawing when my hand was down, and it looked stupid.
It made me look like a beggar.
Yeah, I can't believe he would do that.
And they don't have any money on them. They're just racing.
They haven't even won yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ruined.
So, as the name suggests, it's the game of polo with automobiles. They were typically played in fields where two teams would face off, each team having 2 cars with 4 players.
Typically 2 teams facing off? You're telling me there were 3 teams?
There may have been opportunities where there were matches involving multiple teams.
Jesus Christ.
Beyond 2. Each team generally had 2 cars with 4 players, 2 people per car. One would drive while the other held the heavy mallet and would attempt to hit the regulation-sized basketball toward the goal of the opposing team.
Yeah.
Cars at this time would reach a top speed of 40 miles per hour.
That's pretty fast for that
and
time.
would make sharp turns to chase the ball.
Good Lord.
The first games of auto polo started being played in around 1908, and the sport quickly rose in popularity. Auto polo clubs were established, and on July 20th, 1912, in an alfalfa field near Wichita, Kansas, the first official auto polo match took place with 5,000 spectators. By 1913, the game had spread to the UK and then across Europe. The wild popularity of the sport was short-lived, as by the end of the 1920s, auto polo was nearly extinct because cars died.
Cars died.
Just like the dinosaurs. The meteor hit and the cars died.
That was a good joke. That caught me off guard. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You would think that this decline would be due to safety concerns, since players were being whipped around in cars and didn't have roofs, doors, or windshields.
They didn't invent safety until the 1940s.
But what do you think its demise actually was?
No one wanted to watch it.
Money! Safety was an issue, but players were much less expensive to replace than the cars. Tally of damages encountered by one auto polo club's British and American auto polo teams in 1924 revealed 1,564 broken wheels, 538 burst tires, 66 broken axles, 10 cracked engines, and 6 cars completely destroyed, totaled during the course of 1 year.
That's a lot.
Since no one in the right mind would insure a car used in auto polo, the costs added up quick. And with what would be known as the Great Depression looming...
The depression?
The Great Depression.
Oh, okay.
The Great Suspension. The Great Recession.
That would come way later.
People didn't have a lot of spare money to go around. However, it was an absolutely insane and dangerous sport, so we shouldn't be too sad it's no longer around.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this in modern cars? With an auto, you're just the driver and it has an automated mallet on the side?
I'm almost positive I've seen Top Gear do an episode where they did this.
That's true.
Or at least something where cars are hitting a bigger inflatable ball or something like that.
Yeah, like
I think I've seen
it's like
something
Rocket
that.
League IRL, I think was what that one was called. But I think you're right. They in Top Gear they did do auto polo.
Maybe, yeah. Well, either way, I mean, nowadays there's better like bumpers and shit like that. They could build a car that could take hits, but they wouldn't want to because they don't give a shit. In demolition derby, they're just ramming them into him anyway.
That's probably what would really end up happening is it would be these beat down cars that you would then bring into there, because then if the car died, they wouldn't care. It was already kind of cast aside anyway.
Whereas here, it's like that's the best car you can even make at that time. So
well, and this is like the early days of like assembly lines and stuff like that. So they weren't pumping out parts like we can today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, now we're on to the sport that you've been waiting for.
Oh, me? What I've been waiting for? Oh boy.
Balloon jumping.
Oh, right.
You want to take another stab at what you think it is?
Okay, if it's not driving over balloons, then it has to be. If I would, what year? Give me the year.
Mid to late 1800s.
Okay, so they had hot air balloon technology. I imagine it has to have something to do with a hot air balloon and either jumping from one to another or jumping off of hot air balloons. It has something to do with that.
Okay. It was invented a little after the Victorian era It is strongly influenced by early parachuting sports invented by the Victorians. During the mid to late 1800s, competitions and exhibitions would be held where athletes would inflate a one-person hot air balloon called a smoke balloon, using hot air, rocket up to 3,000 feet in the air when the balloon was released,
Damn.
then jump with a parachute. Now, this sounds like a really, really terrible idea, and it was, because there were risks of sparks from the inflation surface causing the balloon envelope to catch fire, overinflation causing the balloon to burst as it rocketed to an altitude with lower air pressure and having the loosened balloon collapse and drop right on top of the parachute while descending, and parachutes were often designed and made by the athlete, thus failing.
You know, you said this was after the Victorian era.
It says this in my notes.
Didn't you tell me just to
Yeah, the Victorian era went into the 1910s.
Yeah, but you said when I asked for the year, you said 18 something. Why'd you lie to me?
When did I lie?
You said it. When I said, okay, what year is this? You said 18 something, and I went, okay, hot air balloons are a thing. But you said this was invented after the Victorian era, which ended in 1910s. So what is it? You lied.
I got lied to.
You lied to me.
I did. I tricked. I deceived.
I would have gotten my guess correct, and I would have gotten the GMFST award.
Which is totally being 3D printed right now.
Oh, man, I'll never know. Victory. Anyway, how many people died?
100 balloon parachutists were killed between 1888 and 1910. More than 100 balloon parachutists.
In the Victorian era. Oh, my God. What's the truth?
Oh, so early on, balloon jumping was invented. It became a sport later on, I guess, based on this information that made it to the late Victorian era, which is like 1910. So between 1888 and more, this is how many people died. In 1895, the Boston Post estimated that the average career span of a parachutist was 2 years before they suffered a life-ending accident.
Damn. Well, hey, just quit at 1 year and 11 months and you'll be fine. That's how statistics work, everybody.
Totally. You just avoid all accidents.
Oh, that looks fun. I like the one drawing of the dude kissing his wife goodbye before he goes up in the fucking balloon. They really got to showcase it.
Well, here's the crazy part. This isn't like parachute backpack. He's holding it with his hands.
He's just holding it.
He's just holding it.
What's even crazier is it looks like he's just sitting on a string.
Yeah, it's just a little seat. That's probably what it was.
That probably
is what it was.
Man, they really did need that saying goodbye frame.
Yeah. So due to the high mortality rate, the sport was discouraged or banned in many places, and safer alternatives were sought. In the 1920s, on a military base near Dayton, Ohio, probably near Wright Pat Air Force Base.
Interesting.
2 Army men invented the jumping balloon, also called the hopper balloon.
It was the Army men. It couldn't have been the Air Force Base.
That's true. These balloons were a giant airbag attached by ropes to a wooden bench. The bag was roughly 18 feet in diameter and capable of holding 3,000 cubic feet of hydrogen or helium gas. To operate the balloon, the operator would just need to jump, causing the balloon to lift them an average of 40 feet off the ground. They were initially used by maintenance workers as cheap tools for inspecting the outer surfaces of large airships and hot air balloons carrying out repairs. Wow. So this is actually the true sport. It wasn't the early thing we were talking about. This seems like this is what's leading into the real sport, which is why they said after the Victorian era. Now, this invention quickly caught the interest of probably relatively well-off civilians or very rich civilians, one or the other. And it was speculated that it would become the next big thing in travel and sport.
Yeah.
The January 1927 issue of Science and Invention magazine reported a balloon jumping demonstration in England, stating that the pastime would soon take the United States by storm. And speculating on the format competitive events would take. Races with balloons of this sort would undoubtedly be great fun, and the danger would be very sightful. Obstacle races, of course, would be the most fun because you then bring the advantages of the balloon into full play. We hope to soon see this sport developed by some American balloon manufacturer in this country.
Obstacles? What obstacles are they putting up in the fucking sky?
Throw a rock!
Oh, we got our plane polo match in the middle of this. honk.
Shoot baby Mark's father off the catapult into the balloon instead of the castle.
Dad, no. What did he do?
You want to be a knight, son? This is how you do it.
I know you were probably implying that my baby ancestor was it, and not just my dad.
No, not your.
They put baby Mark's baby father in there.
I'm referencing back to the medieval sports one that we did.
Sure, man, sure. Anyway, I see it. I see it.
So an article, July 19th, 1927 edition of Missouri's Joplin News Herald said, "How helpful this sort of thing would be. We could strip the spring cherry tree without endangering our legs. We could dispense with elevators and enter our offices on the 3rd or 4th floors by merely leaping up to the window and crawling in. We could do 1,001 things easily that we now do with difficulty."
Name 1,002. I love the sales pitch in everything, like these old language kind of things is like, oh, anything will be possible when we all have a big fucking balloon on our back. Oh, how easy life will be when we have a 23-meter diameter balloon with us at all times.
Especially when we have our giant gas tank of helium.
Nothing wrong with a good old gas tank of helium.
Can't be flammable or
Let me
explosive.
smoke my pipe.
So there was a perception that these balloons were easy to use.
What's this fucking monster in the background of this? There's a lady. There's literally a lady fainting because there's a fucking monster.
What is this?
What is that?
It's over a car.
It's oh my god. We're not joking about
It's
this.
bigger than a car.
It is. This car is approaching. There's a lady there that's like, oh my, and then there's what?
What is that?
What is it?
What is it?
Is it like eating somebody? Is that like its face eating?
That
and the
does
legs,
look like that. Oh
legs
my
are coming, it's like,
god.
my husband, and this guy is like,
Or is that just a horse and the guy's tending to his horse?
no, that is not that, because if that was that, the legs are too close to the ground for it to be a horse. It's like some weird caterpillar thing. No matter what, it's horrifying. If that's a horse, this artist is too good at drawing everything else for that to be a misshapen horse. Like, if I can recognize that that's a lady holding like some farming tool and like going with her arm up, I would recognize that that was a horse, but I do not see a horse. I see something with a face that's way too large, eating someone else or spitting something out. And this artist was just like, got high and like, I'm gonna draw something fucked up right here.
Our artist has shown here the possibilities of a new sport of balloon jumping. In a single bound, it is possible to cover a distance of 100 yards or more when unhindered by wind. An ordinary strong jump will send the jumper 40 feet into the air.
Uh-huh, sure it will.
The Great Plains, the wind.
Oh, yeah, yep.
He's gone. We've lost him to the ether.
Oh, and you'll be able to jump across the plains or jump up to your 3rd-story job. Infinite possibilities.
It was perceived that these balloons would be easy to use. Altitude was gained simply by leaping into a mild to mid-strength wind. And unlike hot air balloons, there was no need to shed ballast or vent gas because it was carefully ensured that the weight of the balloonist slightly exceeded the pole of the balloon. Frederick S. Hoppin. What a great name for this.
Good name, yeah.
Writing for the August 1927 issue of Forum, described the sport as requiring very little practice to master and being relatively safe. Yes, the tradition of dangers of the large balloon has made men provide the jumpers with all kinds of safety devices. Bags of sand to further balance the upward pole of the balloon, safety catches to enable the jumper to slip easily out of the harness if, on landing, a slight gust of wind begins to drag him along with it, and even a rope around the waist attached by its other end to someone on the ground, to keep the jumper from being turned by too strong a gust into the tail of a runaway kite.
You gotta be careful, man. Your voices are getting too good, and they stop being funny. I need funny, man. I gotta have you have bad voices because I can't make fun of this one because it just sounds good. So you need to tone that shit down.
The tradition of the dangers of the large balloon has made man providing the jumpers with all kinds of safety devices.
You know, that sounds more like it. I want to buy from that guy. That's who I want to buy this from. You know, this shit is just as insane as the guys who are like, we have the jetpack people. With
Oh
like
my God, yeah.
Because that's way more dangerous than this, but it's the same insane idea. It's the same guy, just across time, just being like, we'll be able to jump with the balloon. You'll be able to jump with these fucking rockets.
You can possibly burn off your extremities with these rocket ships.
Don't worry. Only some of you will explode.
There's only a 1 in 100 chance of that happening.
By the way, I can't count over 100, so you better hope I'm right.
It might really be 10 because that's how many fingers I have. Wait, no, I lost a few of them.
Boom! All your chances are shrinking.
Who's shooting my fingers off? However, in reality, balloon jumping was extremely dangerous. The wind could blow you into trees, buildings, or power lines.
Oh, they had power lines. Good.
And a single hole could deflate the balloon. A spark or lighting a cigarette could ignite the hydrogen-filled balloons.
Who's jumping around the countryside? Oh, man, I really need a smoke.
Let me shake off that tip a little bit and put out my cigarette.
Oh, where could I ash this?
Oh! These dangers weren't just hypothetical. For example, one of the pioneers of the sport, British parachutist in the Royal Air Force named Dobbs, died while trying to balloon jump over live electrical wires.
There was like one, there hasn't been one power line that they had just installed, being like, behold the marvel of transmitting power.
At the highest height we've ever done.
I'm jumping. Wait for my balloon. I gotta get my balloon.
I'm sick of this life. I'm jumping.
Get your camera ready. Ah!
Oh, snap. He exploded.
Damn. I'll do it, though. He was an idiot. Let me get my balloon.
He just needed more air.
Maybe I'll use hydrogen instead. Oh, my God. That is so good. That's so funny. Oh, man. Our ancestors were insane. It's all the lead.
Well, the hopper balloons were still used in a limited capacity in the 1920s and 30s by some militaries. They never really caught on as a sport, and by World War II, they were basically phased out until they realized they can use them as weather balloons.
Oh, I see.
And then the weather balloon got more advanced and yada yada.
And then if you think about it, this all culminates with that guy who did like the record high parachute dive, the free fall, Baum something.
Yeah, he went up on and then he had the suit.
It was basically this, but then jumping.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, does the height matter because you reach terminal velocity?
Well, terminal velocity changes because of the thinner air, so it's actually a lot faster higher up. But yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. But at what point? No, because if you went up high, you don't have extra velocity. That's what would cause you to have the friction problem and burning up in the atmosphere. But if you just going up, you don't.
Well, then you have gravity isn't truly a constant, so you have less of a gravitational pull the further away you are from the mass.
Yeah, so it's like the only reason comets blow up is because they need to they are past terminal velocity, and so the speed braking slows them down, but the friction of that is what heats it up. But if you start from a static position, the gravity pulling you is lesser up there, and it will get progressively more strong, but it is only bringing you up to terminal. It doesn't need to, the braking is only from it being like it's pulling you and you're equaling the forces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Physics.
Yeah.
You want to bring this back?
No. What the fuck? Oh, God, no.
You don't want a balloon hop with me?
No, I don't want a balloon hop with you.
Come on. Sounds like fun.
I know. But look, when you get to hole hopping, you're focused on the balls of it. You see a ball and you're like, oh, I want to do that. Hole hopping.
I did jump a canyon in Thailand, so.
What?
Did I never tell you this story?
Why you think I would remember? Oh, okay. I jumped a hole.
I broke my toe for like the 15th time or whatever when I did it. But so Pi Canyon it's not like the Grand Canyon where it's down, it's up. So it's this jutted out like mound.
I think they call that a mountain.
No,
it's like they called it a mound.
They call it a canyon.
Some crazy Thai word. Oh, it was so beautiful. Their language. It's a mountain. Wow. I just imagine you touristy
No!
being like, oh my God.
It's literally called Pie Canyon. I'm going to show you it. It's literally this jutted out like path. They call it Pie Canyon.
Well, I think they're dumb. I think they're wrong.
Well, it's jutted out
okay,
parts.
okay.
And there was this gap that was like from the edge of here to like the wall.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
And I was like, I want to go on that side to see what that shows. And there's no way to go over there. I guess I could have gone down and climbed up. And I was like, I can make that jump. I wasn't wearing my hiking boots. I wish I was wearing my hiking boots. And so I jumped and I didn't catch grip. And I slammed my other foot down into the side of it after landing. And that's what broke my toe.
Well, there you go.
So, but that's how I learned that Thailand is very much community based and everyone likes taking care of everyone. It was really cool.
Everyone, though.
Like so many people hand over fist offering to help me and do stuff.
Everyone.
A lot.
I'm sure there's assholes there just like there's assholes everywhere.
True. But that was me jumping Pie Canyon. That's going to do it for this episode. I feel like we should have a Victorian day where we all have to wear Victorian garb. It's like a Renaissance fair.
I want to go to that. Why just go to a Renaissance
Well,
fair?
I guess there is
That's
like
not
a
even
Victorian.
yeah.
No. I don't know. I feel like we should explore some old Victorian sports and bring them back.
I don't want to. These all seem deadly and boring. Deadly and or boring.
All right, fine. Don't be that way.
Look, I'll join you for a lot. I think the Victorian era is best left in the past.
Okay, I get it. You like the sports that come from Rome and Greece.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Yeah. Also, I had somebody recently say that the Summer Olympics is like everyone's sports, and then the Winter Olympics are the people that went to like preppy schools because they require a lot more money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. If you want to hit us with more weird sports that are out there or accuse us for not properly giving information, like maybe I was wrong about the Victorian era and Mark was right to be upset with me, hit us with that on the Reddit, reddit.com/r/gmfst. If you want to get yourself some sweet merch, store.gmfst.com. Boy, does that have a bunch of options and items for you to enjoy, including me failing to speak. That could also be included in the merch.
I don't think that's an item on the store. It's actually clothing that's on the store.
You're right. That was correct, based off of potential stuff that happened in the episode, which could be my blubbering speech, but maybe not. Probably not.
It might be.
Oh, okay. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.